staying in the SEC, though. 6:30 on the ACC network. Vandy, Diego Pavia, the Doors, traveling to Virginia Tech here. Like I said, 6:30. Virginia Tech is a 1.5-point favorite with a 63% chance to win here in this one. Chase, I'm going to send this one over to you. And interesting matchups here against for random teams so far in 2025 playing each other, and I love it.
Well, is it random? Because last year, Virginia Tech went to Vandy and lost in overtime in week 1. You know, they did 34-27 last year. It's the start of, oh my gosh, Vandy knows how to win football games? Since when? And then it was like, oh my gosh, Diego Pavia. And then it was like, we've given him way too much media attention. Please stop it at a halt. Anywho, I'm actually very excited for this game. I've picked up on Vandy, love Vandy. Shout out to them. Virginia Tech, I was also a big truther on Virginia Tech last year as well. Thought they might go into Death Valley, post Clemson undefeated, and maybe make the ACC championship. Just maybe, but whatever. We won't talk about that anymore. But Vandy, this is the start, or maybe this is the question I'm asking. Is this the start of those games that you had at home a year ago where you won, and now you have to return to those teams? There's several of them. It's not just like you made Tennessee interesting at home, you beat Alabama at home, and
Texas.
Like Texas, you ran your mouth all off season. You had a great season last year, but now it's time that you start to trek back to some of these programs. And that might not bode well for Vandy and Diego, the mouth runner. Hey, trust me, I love Diego's confidence, but sometimes enough's enough. Now, if you can be Tommy Castellanos and absolutely say what you want to say and then back it the frick up for it, and I hope he does. But Virginia Tech they didn't get handled, but they got well asserted by a South Carolina team in week 1, 24-11. I'm not gonna say it was a butt whooping, but at the same point, you didn't really get off the ground either. You know, the flight just sat in the terminal for a very, very long time. And I'm not sure they allow that to happen again. I'm gonna get weird. I'm gonna take the Hokies at home over Vandy in this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Have you ever watched Virginia Tech and how insane that environment is when they start playing Inner Sandman before they come out on the field?
It gets wicked.
It's really cool, right? That doesn't help you win football games, though. Virginia Tech is about to drop to 0-2.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put it out there right now. I think that loss to South Carolina stings a little bit. I think Vandy, on the other hand, hasn't had to play a legitimate game. And let's be real, that's a team that wears their confidence on their shoulders. Like they're the biggest dude on the block. Okay, I think they forget they're Vandy. I think they're going to get a win here. I really do. I think they're right now, until there's a team that I think has a roster that can just absolutely punch them in the mouth. Until there's a roster that can just punch them in the mouth, I don't think they're going to drop a game. And I don't think Virginia Tech is that roster. So give me Vandy to get a win here. You keep hearing about baby boy Diego and how awesome he is until they have to play a bigger, stronger roster. So I like Vandy to get another win over Virginia Tech in back-to-back seasons.
This is a fun one. You both make great points here. Quinn, I do think that environment for Inner Sandman will help. It does help them win football games. Maybe not big football games, but I think football games like this one against Vandy. I got Virginia Tech winning this game. I think the Diego Pavia train is coming to an end. Like, I think these teams and these players that are going to play against Vandy are going to start taking Vandy a little bit more serious probably than years past. And that's going to come back to haunt them. Chase, you brought up a good point about all the teams that they got at home last year and kept it close and or beat. You don't get to do that this year. And that's a tough scene, especially when you start running your mouth and think that you're big and bad and, oh, I beat Alabama. Cool. So is 4 other unranked opponents. Okay, it's
Huh.
not a big deal anymore. All right, Diego, I'm talking to you. Give me Virginia Tech to win this game. I think it's going to be an awesome game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be electric. I do think that that Vandy's going to have a chance to win the game at the end, and they're not going to be able to do it. I listen. I remember Nick Saban last year picked Virginia Tech to have a very good year, potentially be a dark horse in the ACC. That was not the case. Probably not the case this year, but obviously I think Coach Saban saw something in Virginia Tech. So give me them over the doors.
And-
They're shutting the door on the doors.
And I'll say this: I'm not a Diego Pavia. I'm actually a lover of Diego Pavia. I think he's a wonderful quarterback. He's got that grit and grind mentality that not a lot of guys do anymore, and he's just a dude. He is a unit. I love it. But we know Vandy's a team that is usually undermassed, undermanned. They don't have the quantity, the size, whatever, to get past a lot of these teams. And while they did get better last year, they do have some better pieces. They still don't have a level of talent that other teams have consistently. I think people left for graduation, the draft, transfer portal, whatever. They got some back, but like Diego Pavia is one man. He's not all 11 on the offensive side, and there's not all 11 on the defense. Other people are going to have to step up, and that's why I think Virginia Tech at home is going to be able to do it. Love Diego Pavia. Love Vandy. Love their story. But one time it's a fluke, and you do it a second time. And I just don't think Vandy is able to do it a second year in a row.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's well said. I do think that's well said.